Hey y'all, welcome to episode 248 of Consignment Chats, where today you get Samantha and I, no Libby. But I got a question. Are you feeling stuck and alone in your reselling journey? Because Samantha and I, we've got the cure for you. If that is you and you're feeling that way, we've got the cure. And if you're not feeling that way, you still want to listen because you might get a few other ideas on how to keep yourself boosted, keep your business boosted. We've got some cures. We've got some ideas. We're going to talk some things through.
Yes.
That's what we're doing. But first, I want Samantha to tell me about her weekend because we spent weekends apart as usual, but I know she did some cool things. So just tell me real quick, what'd you do? Anything special this week you want to talk about? Hey, y'all. Welcome to Consignment Chats. This is Molly, and I'll be joined by my co-hosts Libby and Samantha.
It's getting real cold here, so we decided that we needed some outdoor time, but it's too cold to camp. My family wanted to camp. They wanted to. No, it's too cold for that. We camp in tents, and I'm not shivering all night long. So we went to my friend's. We went to my friend's lake house that has a full bathroom and a shower and a kitchen and heat, and we hung out on the lake and had a good time just relaxing.
Awesome. Much needed, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So I spent my weekend at a reseller event that I have pictures and things to share with you. So if you are listening or watching this, make sure that you head over to our YouTube page, Consignment Chats at YouTube. And if you haven't already, subscribed and hit that little bell for reminders. When we go live Wednesday, Libby will be with me. We're going to tell you all about this amazing event that we went to, and there will even be some fun pictures and things to share with you and some stories. And yeah, you'll get to see it all. But Libby got up really early this morning and left my house, and now it's back to the norm until we head for our Denver trip. But it was a good weekend. I am exhausted. Why is it that you do these things and it takes you a couple of days to get your energy back? Like
our Denver trip is in like 10 days, not even like 8 or 9 days. Like,
so I wasn't buying it because while we were on this trip, Stuart and Amy of Franklin Hill Ventures were with us at this trip this weekend, and they're also going with us to Denver. And Amy's like, well, I guess I'll see you in less than 2 weeks. And I went, what? No, we got one. She's like, no, less than 2 weeks. And then Nick said, Molly, when I got home and I was telling that, and I go, really? And he goes, actually, 2 weeks from today, we'll be flying back home from Denver. And I'm like,
right.
Shut up.
Literally like the middle of next week, we're leaving for Denver. Like, what?
Stop the madness. Stop the madness. Anyway, so that means Molly's got to get some quick recouping so I can start over again. I got to build my energy back up so I can start all over again. But yeah.
Y'all's eBay store is just gonna be doing this roller coaster.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Just
right.
Vacation mode. Oh, we're back. Vacation mode. Oh,
yep. I mean, we got to get these things rolling with Q4 come. We gotta rock it out. But we're gonna source a lot of really good stuff in Denver, so it'll help when we get back. We'll rack it up. We'll be jamming. So that's my plan anyway. That's my plan.
Yeah.
All right. So having come off this weekend that you can see pictures and hear more about on our live on YouTube tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
As anytime we come off of this, we always come off on a natural high of being with the community. But what really struck me, and we've heard this many times, Samantha knows when she's gone to them, a lot of people talk about the importance of having a community when you're a reseller. But I felt like this particular event, I think there might have been a lot of newbies here that hadn't done this yet, because it was really such a topic individually of people saying, wow, I didn't realize how important this was, or, oh, I feel like I'm so understood, or those kind of things. So we want to talk about this feeling stuck and alone in your reselling journey. We want to talk about the fact and what the cure is. And we already know the cure, y'all. The cure is community. I mean, it's that easy. It's community. So we're going to talk about first, why does reselling feel so lonely? You know what?
Well, you talk to other people about it, like, oh yeah, I sell other people's stuff online, or I go to garage sales and then I buy stuff and I resell it. People don't get it, but then you meet
Right.
with a bunch of resellers and it is just a whole nother level. You're like, yeah, so I went to this garage sale the other day and I bought a table of jewelry, and they're like, oh my God, did it have this in it? Like, what did it have for this? What did you pay for that? What did you, everybody else is like, you bought a table full of jewel. Why
Why?
do you like
Right.
jewelry? Like, I don't, yeah.
What? So yeah, so it can be, yeah, it can be so isolating when people don't get you. Like, you need to hang out with people
Mhm.
that get you. Like, it doesn't mean you don't have other people in your life that don't get you, because we do, we all do. But you also need to make sure that you have that, because most of us are working from home. If you're a part-time reseller, then that's awesome, because you have your other job, whatever you're doing on the
Yes.
side, where you have a community there. And when you go to work, that community brings you some positivity of working with others. When you come home
Mhm.
to do your other kick, whether it's a hobby, a side hustle, whatever you consider that, or your other part-time job. We know Jill of Rusted Truck Relics actually works full-time in a job and runs a full-time
Amen.
reselling business, because that's how
Yes,
much she
yes.
puts into that business. She's a breed of a different sort, though, because not everybody can pull
Right?
that off. You got to be super Jill to pull something like that off. But Jill has a work community and a reselling community. And
Mhm.
so she feels seen and understood on both ends of that. So if
Yep.
you're working both, make sure you find one for your reselling, because I talked to a lot of people who this weekend who were talking about that, and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't understand. I'm not a people person. So this job was good for me because I'm not a people person, but I didn't realize that even not being a people person, you still need a handful of people that you can talk to, that understand what you're doing, that you can connect with, that you feel supported by and understood, because all that, it's beyond transactions. You're working, you're selling, you're making those transactions, you're doing what you do, but you need connections beyond that.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel lonely. You don't want to feel misunderstood. You want to feel understood, supported, and find that community.
Mhm.
The other reason, and this is really Samantha's cup of tea,
This is my
is
favorite part.
accountability and motivation.
Yes.
I mean, I can sit at home and feel very unmotivated by myself. I can put on some TV series, sit there with my phone saying, I'm going to list a few things, and end up into the series and not listing, because
Yes.
I'm not accountable to anybody. But then there's Samantha.
Amen. Yes, that accountability. It is so easy to say, I can work from home. I can be my own boss. I'm going to do this. And then not a lot of people can actually go home, be their own boss, and stay on schedule, stay like set their goals and meet them. And because you're not accountable to anybody but yourself when you're like that. But then when you join a community, you have these groups. We do our fun challenges like Listapalooza or a 10% challenge or whatever fun free thing that we're doing. You're now still setting your own goals at your own pace, but checking
Mhm.
in with other people to say, yes, I did that today. I put real clothes on and listed 10 things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know what the beauty of it is, too, on the flip side of that? If you don't meet your goals, or you have something that you're struggling with, and you talk about it with these people that are doing this with you, they understand, because they too have hit.
Yes.
And the next thing you know, they give you this great little tip or trick that they've used to get themselves out of that and back into focus, right? Like,
Mhm.
I mean,
Also, it also helps me set boundaries with my non-reseller parts of my life because we do a lot of online community stuff, and I can say, "Oh, not available. I have a meeting." "Oh, I'm not." Like, they're like, "Meetings? You left the world of meetings." No, no, I did not. We have a meeting. Sometimes that meeting is just a couple of us in our 24-hour room, but it's fine. I
right.
have a meeting and I need to work.
And I need to work. Yep. Yeah. This is true. And one of my favorite things about our accountability, because Samantha is our accountability guru. She is the one, she is the queen of it. She runs our mastermind and keeps everybody accountable. Some of us feel very strengthened by it. There may be a few that get scared at times. I don't know. But my favorite part of it that Samantha is really good at doing is that we get to celebrate the wins together.
Yes.
And sometimes you don't even know. Oh, Samantha's got that eBay pom-pom going.
There's pom-pom.
Sometimes because you're on your own, you might even not, you don't even realize it was a win. You're not processing it as a win. You're just like, yeah, okay, I checked that off my list. And then you have somebody in your group, in your community of reseller friends that goes, oh my gosh, that was huge.
Yeah.
Good for you. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I did that, didn't I? And it becomes no longer just, okay, I checked that off my list to dadgummit, I did do that. And then you're proud and you're feeling celebrated. And that just gives you more energy to do more and to be better at what you do. So.
And a positive community. Let's talk about that too. There are a lot of Facebook groups and things like that that are not the right fit for everybody because some of them are negative, and the internet in general can be pretty negative. You're going to put something out there like a return that you got or something. And if you're not surrounded by the right people and the right community, then that could turn into a whole just gripe session about returns on eBay or whatever they're talking about. But if you have the right community, you could say, like last week, I had this return of a $200 thing on Etsy and I was feeling pretty cranky about it. And I have to. And then somebody else said, well, it sold really fast, so you can just list it for more and sell it again. It's like, well, actually, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we talk about that thing. And really, in the grand scheme of all my sales and the things going on, that one return was not that big a deal. But if I had been alone, I'd still be crying about that stupid return.
Yeah. Or if you'd posted in a community with a lot of negative Nellies, they'd be like, oh, I'd be so pissed. And then the next thing you know, your anger part of you is building, and then you become even less productive and less positive about what you're doing in your business. So that's a good point, Samantha. We've talked about this in other episodes about community. You need to make sure that you find the community that is right for you. And listen, there are people that live their lives striving off the negativity. And if that is you, no judgment, but I do want to say that we're not the community for you.
Go away.
Our community does not, we don't go that route. We are very much about positivity, support. It doesn't mean we don't bring our issues to the table. We do. We all have them, and we all bring them to the table. And because we know that if we're struggling with something and bring it to the Consignment Chats community that we've created, we're going to get positive feedback on how to handle it. And there are times, and we've talked about this most recently. I think you were part of it. I know Jill, you're getting a lot of shout outs today, my friend.
We love our Jill.
Jill with it. But Jill and I have talked about this before too. Sometimes it is hard when something is fresh and raw and you're still processing the anger of it all. It's hard to come into a group of positive people and just hear you almost feel like everybody's telling you, just get over it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's not what we do. I do believe, and sometimes I may hold off on bringing a problem to the forefront with everybody because I know myself well enough to know if I'm really that upset about it, I need 2 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours to process it before I'm ready to accept in the positivity feedback that I need. But the beautiful thing is that I know myself at age 56 well enough to know how I process certain things. And I also know that when I'm ready, I've got this amazeballs community that is going to help me get right over it and give me the best suggestions that I could get anywhere of how to get over it and how to handle it. So you got to find the right one.
You do. I recently had someone say that they asked about our weekly mastermind and that's our accountability, and they said, well, does it always have to be positive? And this person had never been to one of ours before. She could just tell we were a very positive community.
Right.
And she's like, well, does it always have to be positive? She goes, sometimes I'm real bipolar and I'm going to come in and I'm going to be real sad about something that's going on with my reselling business. And I was like, oh no, we are absolutely a therapy session sometimes. Like that's we
Yeah.
all have our weeks and our things, but we
Yeah.
will be real with you and then help pull you out of that. Like,
Yep. Yep. But we do try to respect the emotional process. I mean,
yeah,
whatever is happening in your life, it is real to you. And there is a process emotionally that you need to
absolutely.
go through. None of us expect to just wipe that away for you, but we
Right.
do want to be there to help lift you up and help give you ideas and help get you through it. And that is
Mm-hmm.
the beauty of a positive, supportive community. And chances are, if you, whatever it is that you're going through, at least one of the people that are in our community listening to you have been through the exact same thing. So
Yes.
you're getting, feet that have walked the walk kind of input. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. One thing that I get all the time out of any time I'm with a group of resellers is knowledge sharing. This goes
Yeah.
right along with what I was just saying, not just support of somebody who's been through it, but when you find your community, you learn so much about everything, whether it could be the mistakes, like we were just talking about. Maybe it's mistakes that you've made. Somebody else has already made that mistake. Maybe they share their mistake and you haven't made it, and you hear the mistake and go, oh, God, I'm glad to know that. I won't do that. And, I'll make sure I never do that. Right. Like,
Yeah.
you learn from each other's mistakes because we are a very open community. We do make it clear when we do our mastermind meetings that things discussed within those walls are not brought outside of those walls.
Yep.
We are there privately with each other to be open and to be authentic and to share it and know that nobody's going to talk about that outside of what we're doing. So we feel comfortable sharing mistakes we've made because we're not going to be judged by that. We're going to be honest about it, authentic about what we did and what we learned from that mistake, in hopes that other people will learn from those too.
Yeah. And I love, so if your community, there's lots of different ways to have community. We're going to talk a lot about our Patreon and the online sessions that we have every week and things like that. The other side of it is I have like a local eBay meetup group, and there are more and more of those starting. If there's not one in your area, you can start one. Reach out to me. I'll help you get started. But
What's the new name of those now? Didn't they rebrand them?
eBay seller circles.
Seller circles.
Yes. So
All
find
right.
your circle yourself with your community. But when you're in person with people too, it's the little things like that, the knowledge sharing. It's one thing when we're going in and we're problem solving like big hurdles and stuff like that in our mastermind. But something I think of like Julie from One Way Vintage. Is that
Vintage. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So we were thrifting with Julie and Mike and in Arizona, and I showed her how to filter. It was when eBay very first put on the lockable filters. And I showed her, I'm like, oh, you're running a comp, just filter so that it always stays on sold. It's so much easier. And we did that. It was good. It was just a quick little thing. I saw her 6 months later in Vegas, and she goes, I cannot tell you how much that changed my life. She's like, that saves so much time when you're running comps. It's the little things like that that you pick up when you're surrounded by people that do the same things, and they just maybe saw a feature before you did, or whatever the thing, little tweaks that can make a huge difference.
Yeah. It's a great way to learn fresh ideas. It's a great way to learn sourcing strategies. That would be me.
Right.
I love to share my sourcing strategies. I love to hear other people's sourcing strategies. When you're doing things like the meetup that we went to for the weekend, that are the bigger meetups, there's always sourcing involved. And then you get back together that night at whatever the evening events are, and you're all sharing, like, what'd you find? Oh, I saw that. I would have never picked that up. Really? You got that? Why did you pick that up? Oh,
yes.
And so you learn all these things, and then you're like, then you go home and you go to a local yard sale and you see that item and you're like, I know that I should pick that up.
Yep. And even locally, we share stuff like that in our local ones. And so many people are afraid to join a local meetup or seller circle because they're like, well, that's my competition. No, because I don't care how many times Darcy tells me to pick up some tool or something that he finds. I'm not going to sell that. I don't.
Right.
Or
Right.
locks are cool and all, but like those can be his thing. I might pick him up for him, but I
That's
don't
what I was going to
really.
say. You would pick them up for him.
Yeah.
Or, you build this community. The next thing you know, on a Saturday, you get a text from somebody that says, hey, stop by this address. They have XYZ that you'd love to pick
Yes.
up. Because that happened to me. I went to an estate sale a couple of weeks ago, and one of the women that I befriended estate sailing, in fact, if you go to Thrift Find Flip and watch some of the previous videos, you'll see Trudy in them. Trudy's my friend
Oh,
now.
yes.
She got there and got in line, and she came up and she goes, Molly, after you get your number, you'll have about an hour. There's a yard sale. And she gave me the address. She said, they have a lot of vintage Christmas. And I know you love vintage Christmas.
Ooh.
So run down there before the numbers start getting called and see if you can find some goodies. And I mean, had I not opened up to her and built this local community of friends, because now we do have several of us in there, she would have never told me that, because
Right.
I opened myself up to her. I told her what I do, how I do it, what I love, what I look for. She now knows, and she reaches out to me. I mean, I'll get texts from her sometimes like, do you see this estate sale? Did you look at this one coming up this weekend? A lot of vintage clothes,
Yeah.
It's wonderful, and it helps. And we've always said this is and we'll get about this at the end, but it's not a competitive industry. It's only a competitive industry if you decide you want to make it that. And if you do, I love you, but I don't want to play with you, because I love this, that I can go in with a bunch of resellers into an estate sale and we're all laughing and having fun. In fact, the one that I just put out this past week for Thrift Find Flip, when we go into one of the rooms, I was going in and Nick was like, he didn't go with me because it was a Friday, my husband, but he was like, please get the vintage pennants. So I went right into the toy room, but the gentleman in front of me went, and he immediately started ripping the vintage pennants off the wall. And I said, oh, look at you taking all my vintage pennants, laughing. And he goes, then the other guy who's in front of us goes, yeah, hoarder, you hoarder.
That was hilarious.
And then I went and grabbed the Steiff hand puppets that I knew I wanted, and I got them all. And he goes, oh, look at you getting all the Steiff hand puppets, hoarder. I'm like, did you just call me a hoarder? Like, we have fun. And we all come out with something good. And it may be something you wanted, but there's so much. There's no need to compete. Don't get into that.
And I mean, even you and Frizzy from Frizzy's Finds, you guys pick up a lot of the same clothes and styles of stuff like that. And you live in the same neighborhood. Like your cul-de-sacs be next to each other.
Right.
And it is so funny listening to you guys go back and forth. Oh, you got to that sale before I did. Well, I went over here and got this stuff, and just hilarious listening to you guys go back and forth. Mean, nobody's mad about it.
No, listen, they got a huge Ralph Lauren haul a month or two ago.
You might be a little bitter because I do hear about this a lot, but I'm just
saying. I didn't know about it. They didn't even know about it. There was no advertisement. They chanced upon it. But then that day I was at an estate sale and got some really cool stuff. And when I saw the video, I was like, oh my God, look at all this awesome stuff that they got. I texted them I wanted to buy because I was leaving to go visit my family out west, and they had some baby clothes. And I was like, all right, that baby Ralph Lauren new with tag stuff you got, do you have this size in boys? I was going to buy from them. They didn't have the sizes I needed or the genders.
Right.
But it's all wonderful. There is so much shizzle out there, y'all. There's so something for everybody. We don't need to be nasty and fight. We can all help each other grow.
Amen.
All right. The other good thing about the knowledge sharing part of this that we'll hit before we move on to our next topic of community is when you meet other people, you grow faster because you learn things from them on a quicker rate. You're not having to reinvent the wheel. I went through this so much with nonprofits when I was working with nonprofits, and somebody would come up and go, oh, I want to start a nonprofit and do what you're doing. And I'm like, why reinvent the wheel? If we came together and had more of us working on the same thing, how much bigger and faster we could grow. So this is the same kind of thing with the reselling community. If you have a community and you're learning from each other, you're not wasting your time reinventing the wheel. You're learning from the knowledge they already have, so that then you can move forward at a faster pace than if you were by yourself trying to learn just from your own mistakes and growth and reading. And there's a lot to learn from that. Don't get me wrong. There are people, my son is one of them, shout out to Cal, that always has to learn everything the hard way. Like he doesn't want to hear your advice. He's going to do it himself till he learns the hard way. But when you learn from others, it saves you so much time. Like,
Yeah.
I know things that when I go sourcing, I don't even research because I learned about these from somebody else, and I know I'm just going to pick it up. I'm not even going to get my phone out and go through going through I'm getting it. Period. Done deal. Move on. So
Well, and like one of the meetups that I went to, the in-person meetups, I was like, I don't know, I sold on Etsy once and it was kind of weird and I didn't really get it. And somebody was talking to me about like the policies and the whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. Next thing you know, we got laptops out. We're showing each other policies. Dawn walked me through, shout out to the Donovan collection, walked me through setting up my entire store, every little teeny tiny thing in my Etsy store, and made sure that I was set. And he didn't have to do that, but like he
no,
already knew. It saved me hours and hours of time trying to stumble through it and
right.
be frustrated. And now we share our awesome sales that we have on Etsy.
Yeah.
Like,
And there you were, just sitting in a lobby at a reseller meetup and hanging out in the lobby. Boom, got your Etsy store set up and
yep,
selling items. Boom, just
yep.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful. It's
I
wonderful.
love it.
One of my favorite things, and this goes with our mastermind and stuff we were just talking about, is the support that you get from people, the encouragement, the emotional support, those kind of things that happen, like when your sales are slow or you're burning out. And we all go through this, especially in the summer. I love our group in the summer, even though we do have hashtag Summer Samantha, and we are kind of like in the summertime. When you come to our things, you'll always catch at least one of us, but very rarely is it the three of us because we are
Never,
doing our
yeah.
vacationing and our traveling and our whatevers. But
Yep.
I don't know. I would be a quarter productive as I am in the summer if it weren't for our group and
Oh
the
my God,
encouragement
yes.
to get through summer slowdown.
Yeah.
And we are real big about helping get through summer slowdown. We do a lot of our free business boosting events during that time to keep people going because it's the time to get all those listings up. And we make sure that we're aware of those certain times so that we can help get people through them. But that's a good reason to have that community that can help you through when you're feeling those moments or that horrific feedback that you just got and it really like hurt your soul when you read it and you're letting it like emotionally take over your day. If
Yep.
you have a community to share that with, we'll get you right over it. We'll get you right over that hump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we get it. We understand. We've been there. We've gotten that horrible feedback.
Or
Lydia,
wait, don't
go,
respond to that feedback until you come
please.
and talk to us about it. Let's all breathe together, take some time. Like, you can tell us what you want to respond with, and then
Yep. 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 I mean, it is so good. We can talk you off so many ledges, and it's not just us. Like we're saying, find your community. Our
yes,
community is not for everybody. As Samantha and I like
yeah,
to say, we don't understand why, but it's not for everybody. But
could be, but whatever.
when you have that community, if it's a good community, it will help you talk you off of all of those ledges. I mean, we have talked people off of ledges who've said, I just don't even think reselling's for me. I think I need to quit. I've let my store go so downhill. I've lost my ratings. I gotta quit. And we're like, okay, process those feelings and let's break it down.
This last Listapalooza, someone came in specifically to like offload all their inventory. They were done with reselling. They ended Listapalooza by having 100 listings from zero, from the beginning of Listapalooza 3 days prior to the end, 100 fresh listings in their eBay store and a rejuvenated outlook on reselling. And if you are listening,
Ta-da!
if you are listening to this, please check in with us in the comments and let us know how that is going and what you need to
Yeah.
keep going, because that was, and then that inspired everybody else. We're like, look at this person was ready to just like, I'm not listing anymore. There's nothing in my store. And then boom, they're making sales. They're doing things. It was great.
I got to give one of these for that. Yay!
Inspiring. Loved it.
I had to give a clap for that one. I just had to. Yeah. So it's great for emotional support. We were talking about competition. When you've got the right community, I believe this, and I use this when I worked in the nonprofit sector always collaboration over competition.
Yep.
You are stronger collaborating together than competing against each other. It is across the board. We are not competing with each other. We are not, y'all. Do you know how much of this shizzle ends up in the landfill? There is so much stuff. I wish I would have screenshot this thing yesterday. I read to Libby because it was perfect. Uh-oh. Mayday, mayday. I go to look on my phone and there's a text. One of my favorite sourcing stores is having 70% off today on clearance.
No.
I gotta go. Bye.
No, it's Monday. You can't be derailed so easily. No.
Oh my gosh, I need to go over there. It's 70% off.
They are only allowed to do that on Fridays. That's ridiculous.
I know. What are they doing a Monday for me? Fridays are my fun Fridays, not Monday, but dadgum if I'm not gonna have to run over there. Anyway, what I was saying is like one of my favorite, if you've watched any of the Thrift Find Flip videos, there's one particular company here that's my favorite, Happy Camper Estate Sales. And Bill, who's one of the co-owners, is phenomenal with his opening speeches. I love it. But there's one of them where he talks about how please be nice to each other. Y'all, it's stuff. He's like, it is stuff. And there's so much stuff in this house. And we have another estate sale across town. And guess what? It's full of stuff. And next weekend, we have 3 estate sales. And guess what? They're all houses full with stuff.
Right?
Stuff. So there's so much stuff. Trust me. Please don't be pushy, angry, mean. Go in there and let's have some fun and get yourself some good. And I'm like, that is so why I love them, because that's how I feel. I am as happy. Libby and I went sourcing yesterday and she found some amazing items. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited you found that. That is a beautiful Masuk dress. You are going to rock that. Like, meanwhile, I'm over in the other corner and I found my goodies. Like, y'all, get over the competition. Get over it.
And that is a box that I will stand on for a while about brick and mortar stores as well. They're so hell-bent on a new competitor just moved in across the street, and now I don't know what's going to happen. My foot traffic is going to go down, and oh my gosh. No, go over, introduce yourself, collaborate your sales together. Do, if somebody's putting something out on the sidewalk, then do what, like put this all together, because I am 1,000 times more tempted to go shop somewhere where I can go to 2 stores instead of just one. I travel for hours and hours to go to towns that have more than like 2 thrift stores or 2 consignment stores or whatever. So like advertise that, embrace that, work together and bring people in, because those people will walk around and shop at both of your stores or all of your stores. Embrace it.
Yeah. And I mean, there's things like you hear us all the time. If you're a regular listener, you hear us all the time. Even this episode, we've shout out 1, 2, at least 3 other resellers since we've been here.
Yeah.
In this particular episode, we shout out resellers all the time. Why? Because I have my reselling business. Samantha has hers. Libby has hers. We're all resellers. But I'm going to tell you, everybody I know that I love, that I trust their business policies, I trust their morals and values, I know that they are honest, good people and are reselling the honest, right way. I'm going to shout their business out and tell you about them every time I can, because the chances that we have the exact same item in our store in the same size and condition or color or whatever is slim to nil. So there's no competition there. Help build each other up. Tell each other about your businesses. Share that information with other people. Cross-promote each other's businesses. We cross-promote our people all the time. And I do want to talk about community too. Speaking of all this kind of referrals and that kind of thing, when you're looking for communities, there are a lot of businesses out there, platforms and things. When you're getting your community, that's a good way to learn about all these other platforms that are out there to help boost reselling businesses. Talk to those people before you put your hard-earned money into a company to help your business grow, because there are a lot of companies out there that do a lot of the same things, whether it's your financing, your cross-listing, your bot shares, your whatever. They're out there. Please do your due diligence, because one company is not like the other. You need to figure out which one is the right fit for your business. We have promoted many. We will continue to promote many. We try to make sure that we know who they are to the best of our ability before we promote them. Go into their communities. A lot of them have Facebook communities, social media groups. Go in there, read read all the feedback in those communities.
Mm-hmm.
Diligence. We tell people that are buying and reselling, if you're going to listen to the advice from another reseller, before you do that, go into their eBay store, go into their Etsy store, go into
Yes.
the Poshmark store, look at their ratings, look at how they respond to feedback.
Yep.
It gives them a negative feedback. Look at how they responded to that feedback. Did they respond in a snarky way? Did they respond in a positive way? How did they handle that customer service? Do they really have big sales? Or are they brand new, but they're trying to boost themselves as a knowledgeable reseller?
Mm-hmm.
Or due diligence before you sign on and get behind anybody specific, anybody in your industry. This doesn't just go for reselling. Do your due diligence. Go in their Facebook community. Go way back in the history. Look at posts. Look at posts that people put in their community. Look at how that company responds to that post. Find those negative posts about that product. How did that company respond to that post? Is that how you want to be handled if you have a problem with that company? If you have a problem with an item you bought from that reseller? So we are big on that. Please do your due diligence. Please take the time to really look into those things before you put any kind of your time and money behind something. So you really know who you're getting behind.
Mm-hmm.
So that is that. It always gives you great opportunities out there when you put yourself out there and you learn from each other. You can get into partnerships with things. I have got Consignment Chats and Frizzy's Finds coming up in November. We have partnered up to do a meetup here in Greensboro, North Carolina, where we're inviting everybody for a free meetup. We've put together a tour of the local Goodwill. We're going to go to the bins and go sourcing with everybody that comes in town to go to this. And we have a lunch set up so we can all get together and have lunch and just meet with each other. So as you get to know these people, you can partnership with them and do fun things like this and do sourcing trips and events and things like that are just fun to pull your businesses together and do.
Yeah.
I mean, we do our reseller retreat, which we're going to next week in Denver, that we have a bunch of resellers coming that we do annually. We love that. I mean, we keep ours very small. We limit it because this is a different type. The one we're doing here in Greensboro, we've got, I think I limited it to 30, 35 people. That's because of Goodwill's limitations on the tour, not our limitations, but Goodwill can only tour so many people.
Molly can only handle 30 to 35 people at a time.
That's it. That's all. I'm done after that. Peace out. No, we're talking. This is Molly. I'll take it out. So make sure you check in the show notes if you live anywhere near Greensboro and want to join us on November 6th for that. There is a link to sign up. There is a sign up for it. It is free. We have somebody coming from Virginia. We have somebody coming from Greenville, South Carolina. I mean, come spend an afternoon. It starts at 11 with lunch, and then we move on from there. So I know Lizzie and Johnny of Frizzy Finds. I think at this point, Libby is thinking she's coming, but I'm not sure 100%. But I will be there representing Consignment Chats, and it's just going to be a fun lunch and afternoon. So find people in your area and do fun things like that. I mean, I love the ones that do the thrift days where they get the bus and they all get on and they go from thrift store to thrift store in the area. That's going to be something at some point I put together. Yes. You can use your local community to do bulk buys together. If you see something and you all want to buy it, maybe you don't all have the same amount of money. Maybe for some reason you don't offer consignment. We don't understand why, but if you don't, come to us. But you can get into bulk deals together and, do buyouts together and split buyouts if you need to. I mean, there's so many things when you build a community you can do. I think of Sarah Marshall's community. We do a lot with her. A lot with Sarah Marshall. And we're in the same business. We're helping people build their consignment business, but we focus on online. She focuses on storefront. And we do some amazing collaborations with her. And we tag her in our community all the time when somebody asks questions that she's got the best knowledge on. And we have no problem. We love for her being active in our community and helping others grow their businesses.
Yeah, so. She does the same in her community. And we both offer coaching and stuff, and we have no problem meeting with someone and saying, I think we're not the right fit for you. However, we have this cool friend that would be perfect. And we both do that back and forth. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yep. She's great. She's great. Yeah. So you
Mhm.
build this community and it becomes your safety net. It helps you grow your business. You have fun. The friendships, I mean, and how many times have we been friends with people through online community and then a year later you finally go to an event and you get to meet them face to face and you're
Right?
so excited to meet them, but you feel like you already know them. You're like, wait a minute, we really haven't met, have we?
I
Like,
know. When I went to your house and Lisa came over and I was just like, wait, this is the
yeah,
first time we've seen each other face to face?
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny.
It's great.
So that's what we want to encourage you. If you have a great community that you like to talk about, feel free to put them in the comments. Tell us about your community experiences and let us know what you feel. If you
So
don't have a community and want some suggestions and you don't feel like we're your people, you can reach out. We'll help you find the right one.
they could also go check out Might Metco meetups because
Oh, yes.
someone that
Yes.
you just got to hang out with again, we've met him several times over the past year and we absolutely love. He and Mary run a fantastic group just trying to connect people with online lives, online communities, in-person meetups, in-person communities, like the whole gamut.
Yep.
They live and breathe wanting resellers to find a community and find their people. And they try to post and put up as many things as they can. So if you're running an online or an in-person whatever that promotes community, give it to them. They'll help advertise for you. If you're in
Yep.
search of, they have lots of options. So yeah,
Yep.
definitely a great resource.
Yep, it's Mike Metco meetups, and it's Mike, and then he has Mary McQueen, who is phenomenal. She helps. In
Love
fact,
them.
if you ever want to have a quick chat with her, show up to our Wednesday live. She's usually in there in
Yes.
the chat talking to us. She was so sad when I saw her this weekend. She said, I've been so busy. I've missed the last couple of your Wednesday lives, and I feel like there's a hole in my heart. I can't wait to get back.
I love her.
She is so sweet. But
Yeah.
she shares if you're doing an event, if you're doing even if it's like a vintage pop-up sale, they will put that in their
Mhm.
stories and get it out there. They are
Yep.
building an amazing group. They
Yeah,
really are. So
definitely.
they were a big help to this weekend's meetup. In fact, join us for the live tomorrow. You'll see a pictures with Mary and Mike and
Yes.
everybody else that was there. We'll be sharing all of that. So
Yes.
yeah, so y'all just remember, friends don't let friends list alone. Go find your reseller community. Keep those shishings going. Be there to support each other in good times and bad. If your friend can't celebrate your wins with you, maybe you need to look for a different group that can. You want to
Right.
find that community that is just as quick to be there for your lows as they are to celebrate your highs.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Until next time, my Mantha.
Cheers.
Oh, speaking of community,
Look
this
at
is what
you.
happens when you go to a community event. You leave your water bottle on the table.
Are you now a
and-
Volt fan? What is
No, I've already
Mm.
taken 3 off. I left to go outside to pick up our DoorDash food. And who do you think took the time to cover my empty water bottle with
Well,
a bunch of stickers?
he is now in my phone as Sir Archibald Biscuit Butt. So
Sir Archibald Archie Biscuit Butt covered my water bottle with a bunch of stickers while I went out to get DoorDash. Yeah, he's such a jokester, that child. Anyway, bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you for joining Libby, Molly, and Samantha, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we grow your reselling business. For all things Consignment Chats, visit us at consignmentchats.com and join our free private communities on Facebook and/or Patreon.